Happy Monday to everyone on Get Active TV and One Play Sports, 9 p.m. And it is evenings with John and Duncan. And Mondays means Spotlight on Team Singapore, John.
That's right, Duncan. We've got a very special guest joining us today. Of course, Shermaine Tung.
Yeah. Now, she made headlines because she's the only Team Singapore athlete that is in action at the moment and recently won silver. And we'll get through to that. But, you know, you're the only one. Whole world is like on lockdown, no one's doing anything, but she won silver in the junior senior category of laser home run, where competitors went through 4 rounds of 20 jump squats.
Yeah.
And then you hit the target with a laser pistol. So you're sweating, your heart's pumping, adrenaline's going when you're doing the jump squats, and then you need to like...
Speaking of which, I have some very good questions for Shermaine coming up very shortly, so do stay tuned.
Yep. So Shermaine, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Shermaine.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me, guys.
Glad to have you. Were your hands actually like that after doing the 20 jump squats?
Yes, it was. You can't really see, but it was actually like shaking, like micro shaking, and it actually makes a lot of difference when you're shooting. And it was only like 5 meters, so imagine if it's like the competition length, which is like 10 meters. Yeah, I think that'll be like a bit more challenging.
Yeah. Okay, a quick question for you. You're a pentathlete, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So is it because after doing all those different sports, you pen a lot, so you become pentathlete?
That is such a dad joke. Oh my goodness. I love that joke. I love that joke.
Sorry, I have to say that. But yeah, anyway, back to the... You pen a lot, man.
How long have you been waiting to use that joke?
I have no idea. It just came
And
all
how
of a
about
sudden.
triathlon? How about triathletes?
Well, I mean, because they try
Because
very
they
hard.
try?
Maybe because they try very hard.
Okay, so no, to be honest, let's be honest here. I mean, I believe that I know the majority of sports in the world. You know, I watch a lot of sports growing up, but never really actually knew much about a pentathlete or a pentathlon.
Yeah.
So what does it consist of, Shermaine?
Okay, so pentathlon, because it's pen, so it's not penting, but it's actually 5 sports. So you have swimming, fencing, horse riding, and then shooting and running combined. So shooting and running are always together. Yeah, because it's more fun when you have the running element inside the shooting element.
Okay.
I see.
And so I mean the swimming, the running and the laser pistol that's part of it, but how about the equestrian part of it and the fencing part of it? Are you involved in that, or do you actually do all 5 together, or is there like a way? I know that the SEA Games, for example, was only 3 categories, right? In the event.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So the good thing about this sport is that the International Federation actually like broke it down into different segments. So there are some competitions that are actually tetrathlon, which is 4, and then there are some which is 3 or 2, and then there's also laser run, which is just running and shooting. And then there's also the full-fledged pentathlon, which is all 5. Yeah, so it really depends, because for SEA Games, most of the countries, they didn't really have access to horse riding and also fencing. So that's why they decided to be more inclusive and just have 3 sports, which is running, shooting, and swimming. Yeah.
Okay, but let's say there was an event that had all the events. Are you capable of doing all that? Like the equestrian part of it and then the fencing
No,
part of
not
it?
now.
Oh, not now.
No, I haven't been like fencing. It's like I have a epee upstairs that is rusted. So no, I can't do it.
But interesting fact, though. I mean, it's a very interesting sport, and it's a great way, I think, to bring everyone up to speed, and Singapore in particular. I don't think many people know about pentathlon.
No.
And now I'm pentathletes, and this is what an interesting sport.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously she made the headlines and it was all over the papers after she won the silver. Did you know about this competition prior to COVID, or was it something that was arranged during COVID-19?
It was something that was arranged during COVID-19, because before that there was supposed to be the world champs for laser run in China. Yeah, so because that was actually postponed to next year, so they decided to actually create something for the athletes, because the athletes, they're all like wrestlers, they're all like, oh, I want something. Yeah, so the federation was like, okay, how about I create this like virtual competition just to test water, see the response. Yeah, so they actually sent this out to all the countries that had smaller pentathlon inside the country, and then yeah.
Very interesting. And of course, speaking of COVID-19 and the circuit breaker, our athletes have been having a lot of restrictions even when it comes to training.
Correct.
So what exactly does a pentathlete training session comprise of? Maybe you can talk us through the kind of training you've been doing during this period.
Okay, so because now only can do running and shooting, and I also focus on gym work. So running, it's about 6 times a week. Yeah, so you have a mix of like long sessions, and it's all around the neighborhood here, and then alone. Yeah, so it's quite boring sometimes. And then shooting I can actually do at home. I just have to find an area which has 10 meters, and then I just set the tripod up, and then put my gun there, and then start shooting. Yeah. And then for swimming, it's more about focusing on your shoulder flexibility. So a lot of stretches and also a lot of strength. Yeah, so a lot of like stretch cord pulling, shoulder exercises, yeah, all the dumbbells and workouts. Yeah.
It sounds like you've been keeping yourself busy during COVID-19 and during the circuit breaker. You had a competition, you're still keeping fit, you're still doing your activities, running 6 times a week. So you seem mentally like, is that what keeps you going every single day during circuit breaker, to just keep training and preparing for the future competition?
I guess there are actually pros and cons to this whole circuit breaker. The cons are obviously I can't train my team, so there's nobody to like pace with, and then it's also pretty much quite boring if you're training alone every time. And then I can't swim, so I can't go into the pool. Yeah, I actually miss the water a lot. Yeah, but then there are also pros to training during this period. So because I have more time on my hands now, so I can actually infuse in much more stretching exercises. Yeah, because running will actually make your muscles really tense, and it requires really a great deal of stretching to actually relieve those muscles. And then it's all about like building foundation, because this is the best time to actually like take things slow, really run at a slow pace, build up your foundation, and also a lot of rehab also from past injuries. Like I think a few months ago after SEA Games, I actually kind of like tore my ligament and my ankle. Like a mini tear. It's like nothing very serious, just a mini tear, but then it still requires some rehab here and there. So now is the best time to do it. Plus my sister is also training to be a physiotherapist, so she always forces me to like, remember your stretching, remember this, remember that. Yeah.
Oh, that's like the perfect world, isn't it?
Perfect match.
Yeah, just at home you're injured, and you have a physiotherapist in training to just help you out with your injuries, working out perfectly for her. Shermaine, so I mean during circuit breaker, as you said, you're training. It's a little bit boring at the moment. But how are you keeping yourself entertained besides training?
I actually tried a few new things. A few new things. So I wouldn't say it's really like a newfound hidden or talent. I would say it's more like acting on things that are already like on the back of my mind, just that I didn't really have the time to actually do it. So for example, one of the athletes actually recommended me to watch The Office, and I love it because it's like full of dad jokes and like, you know, that's what she said jokes, and it's my kind of joke, so it's perfect.
US or UK?
The US one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
very
and
interesting.
then I'm also my mom recommended me Coursera, which is like a platform where you actually can learn courses. Yeah, so I actually am onto learning about horses and dairy farm production.
Dairy farm production. Interesting
Okay,
choice.
because,
Oh no. No, she's really milking it right now.
Okay, because there are like really 3 things that really makes me happy in life. One is like animals, like living on a farm. The second one is memes, and the third one is like sports.
Memes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
because I really love memes. Yeah, like memes are like my joy.
Memes are live.
Memes are live.
Memes are live.
Memes are live. Yeah, I mean, I actually, and I can understand the part where she loves animals. So at the beginning, when we were talking about pentathlon, right, being a pentathlete,
Yeah.
I have to be completely honest. I went to Google what the 5 sports are. I knew there were 5, but I didn't know that one of them was equestrian or horseback riding
Yeah.
in a sense. So I quickly had a look also at Shermaine's profile. And I didn't see any horses. I only saw dogs. So I was wondering maybe she was
Riding the dog, huh?
riding her dogs. And since she did one virtual event recently, I was thinking, how did she do that without a horse? Maybe she did it on a
maybe.
dog. But yeah, or a bolster. I don't know.
Okay, moving on from that.
Yeah.
So obviously you said it's been boring training at home by yourself. You have had to adjust your training methods a little bit because you don't have your teammates and everything like that. What are some of the workouts that you're actually doing at home?
Workout wise, it's actually very tailored towards the muscles that I use during running or swimming. Usually these two, and a bit of like shooting, but mostly it's about a lot of like glute strength, hamstring strength, because all these are very important for running, and also like the hip flexors here. Yeah, so most of my workouts are actually very much focused on glutes and core, because core is actually essential in any sport, not just pentathlon, but any sport that you see out there also requires a great deal of core strength.
All right, and
Yes.
and I do believe you sent us some of your workout videos from home, and so we're gonna
Yes.
we're gonna pull them up right now. If you don't mind, you could just talk us through. I do know that for your videos, you already included some of the breakdowns, lah. But it would be great if you can just talk us through it. Yeah.
Yeah, because there are like certain things that to take note of during an exercise to like actually do it properly. So yes, I will be talking.
Yeah, and form. I focus on form is also very important.
Yes,
and
correct.
doing it correctly rather than doing it quickly.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So maybe we'll have a look at the first video.
Oh, that's my face again. Okay, yeah, so arms and core workout. This is one of my favorite ones. So push climbers. So it's to train your shoulder strength and also core strength. So you can see it's push. When you do a push up, so try to always maintain a straight back and not let it sink down. And also the regression for this one is that if it's too hard, you can actually put your knees on the floor.
Okay.
Okay, this is Superman Flappy Bird. Is to also train your shoulder strength, your back strength. And yeah, it's just to hold it there. And then you also have to squeeze your glutes tight. And then just flap up and down. So these exercises won't necessarily make you, but it's more like to really focus on individual muscles. Okay, so this is for core. So you just have to make a circle with your legs, and then yeah, it's like drawing a circle, the circumference of the circle. Yeah, and then for extra difficulty, you just have to lift your head off the mat. If not, you can put it on the mat as well. Yeah, but most importantly, try to push your belly button towards your spine. And this is my favorite also.
Oh, wow.
Sit up to push up. Yeah, a lot of my friends complain about this, but it's actually very fun.
Yeah.
So it's actually very wholesome
Impressive.
because it trains your entire body from your core to your shoulders, your back. And then this also gets your heart rate up. So it's in a way like cardio.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fun. This is one of my favorites.
Tricep
Yeah,
dips.
also if you cannot do that, then oh, that's my cat. Tricep dips. So
I love this.
included,
I love
okay.
this one. I love this one. Yeah, I love this one.
okay, so this one is for triceps also. So this one is more like to give you nice looking arms, not just for sports purposes. Lateral back row.
Yeah.
This requires a great deal of core strength because you have to maintain a flat back throughout. And then you are supposed to lift your knees off the ground. Yeah. So it's just like really walking like a bear. So you have to really engage your core at all times and then move side to side. There's also the version of moving front. Okay, side plank crunch is to train your obliques. So this is very important in swimming as well. Yep, so you just have to reach out and try to touch your knees and the other side. Yeah, this can be quite a killer, especially if you infuse this after like a core workout. tried and tested, I died.
This is amazing.
Okay, this
actually.
one. This is, I would say, one of my favorites also. Oh my goodness, there are so many favorites. Okay, so this is back and forth, is to actually train your shoulder stability, also core. Yeah, because this workout is actually mainly arms and core. So this really just to rock back and forth. And at the same time, try not to move your back up and down. It's just one straight line, just going like parallel to the floor. Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes, correct. And that's it.
First of all, don't show MINDEF the push-up and sit-up combination, because then they are just going to start doing that for IPPT very, very soon. So please, I think, can we just edit that one out? Do not show that. Somebody might catch on,
I
and
think
that might
all
be the
the
next.
national service boys are gonna
They'll
hate
be
her
like, oh,
after
they'll
this,
be
man.
hating you, Shermaine, on that one.
They're gonna hunt me down.
And,
Why not hide?
and always make sure when you're doing the Flappy Bird, you're not angry.
Why?
Because then you'll be an angry bird.
Oh, good grief, Duncan. It's your turn with your
It's
dad
my
joke.
turn. I had to come in with one. I felt so lonely that you got one in and I didn't.
Well, you know, there's also one in the back roll, and with that, I would say I could barely take it.
Oh
But
no.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
well, we do
That
we
is
do we do
a
have
lot of that jokes.
yeah, we do have another one coming up. We're going to just have a look at the second video as well. How do you usually plan your workouts? Are they by a particular day? What's required? As in
For running, it's actually relatively simple because I know almost every day I have to run. So it's more about giving yourself like ample time to recover. Like if I do, for example, this morning, if I did a tempo run, so tomorrow I would do an easy run. And then Saturday, I would do like a long hard run. Yeah, so it's all about really planning and not overtraining. And this is the core one. This one, it'll move very fast because this is time lapse.
we don't see it though. Not a rapper, but she'll try.
Okay, this is flutter kicks. This is for swimming. So this is very good for the hamstrings. And wow. Okay. So this elevators. Elevators is my favorite because it's really very tedious. You have to really pull your abs up. And this is spider
Spider push-ups.
crunches.
Spider crunches, okay.
Yeah. You can add push-ups if you want. And this is bird dog. So most importantly, don't tilt your back. So flat back as well. And this is side leg lifts. So you just have to hang in there. So it's about activating the muscles, the core. So this is more like isometric.
Wow.
I don't know why I was like moving my ankle, but okay, this reverse crunches is quite fun. It's actually quite tiring. It's more tiring than it looks.
I'll trust you on
And the last one is a plank leg lift. So yeah, this one, important part is also not to tilt your hips. And then I did it for 2 reps. So okay, this was just me resting. And another set. Yeah. So total it will be actually 40 seconds off. 40 seconds on and then 10 seconds of rest. And then you do 2 rounds. And then in between each set is 1 minute rest.
I'm just tired just looking at that.
I'm tired trying to explain it also because everything is like moving so fast. I'm just like, yeah, but this one is quite a not bad, quite a killer.
So, I mean, we've learned a lot about the exercises that she does to keep herself fit. Some tough ones in there, John, and you know, as part of Spotlight on Team Singapore segment, we get our athletes to share what is the favorite workout that they have.
I see where you're going with this.
Part of the home-based workout.
Yeah.
And what we usually do, where are we standing right now? We're equal, right, at the moment?
I kind of lost track. I'm not keeping track of this part.
Are you not?
For good reason. I'm not.
I did the last one.
No.
I did.
Oh, suddenly I have very good memory.
No, I did the
don't
last
think I
one.
lived that.
So it was Anders and Chris Yapo. And I
Alright.
did the last
Oh
one.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's true. He got that right.
And then we were both called out by
Yeah.
Tan Chuan Jin as
Yeah.
well. So we both
yeah.
called out. So I know. I mean, I'm just saying, you know, life works in a certain way. You have to follow a certain pattern, right? And if it's me, then it's you. It's me and it's you. So if I did it, then I don't know. I'm just saying who should be the next one.
I disagree.
I don't know. So I mean, show me which is the
we
exercise.
can break patterns. We don't need to follow patterns. But
Actually,
anyway,
if you ask me
show
to choose, right, I would just like nominate both of you guys. Since there are like 2 workouts, so why not one of you, one each?
Okay,
never
Shermaine,
works, does it? It never works.
Everyone is choosing 2 people to do it now.
I think we
anyway.
should tell them no. You have to choose
No, because
one.
this is in case unless like one of you gets like FOMO, you know. So it's like bring in both.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. Actually,
How considerate
I
of
truly
you.
feel okay. Okay, so which are the two
workout?
exercises and nominate each to one of us.
Okay, Duncan can do the core, and John can do the arms and core workout.
Arms and core workout, which is just the sit up to the push up.
Yeah, correct.
The sit up to the push up you're doing, and my core one, which is the core one, just
The Superman, the Flutter, the Happy
Angry Bird.
Yes, the flutter kick one.
I will do the Angry Bird. I will do the Angry Bird. You will do what every NS man does not want to ever watch.
All right,
The
fair
flutter kick
enough.
is actually quite hard.
There you go.
That's why I'm angry.
Yeah, you can be a real Angry Bird after that.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, promise that we will do it
Yeah.
at the end of the show.
You will definitely see
and
it.
you will see us doing it. We've held up to every
Okay,
challenge so
great.
far.
Yeah.
Yeah, but since we have you here, I have some pentathlete terminologies, John. And we've done this for other sports that not many people may know about. Maybe Shermaine might know some of these terms, but I will throw them to you and see if you know what these terms are. Okay?
Okay. So,
Right. So, this is in swimming or running. What is a kick? And it's not as easy as you think it is. What is a kick? When you're part of a race.
a kick is a kick lah.
No, it's not. It is a burst of speed saved for the final stretch of a race. So you got kick on. That's a kick.
Like that also
I
can.
found this as a glossary online.
All right,
okay, on the
fine,
internet.
fair enough, fair
Have
enough,
you heard of that,
fair
Shermaine?
enough.
Have
Is
you
it
heard
true?
of that?
I didn't know like the kick as in like there's an extra kick, like there's an extra difficulty.
See?
Yeah, like usually in training you're like, okay, this one got kick.
See?
Then okay.
That's
That means
why-
got oomph, you know.
Yeah. See?
Or you add a little bit of chili or kick to your...
Yeah, that's why if you want more,
Yes,
you want more kick.
exactly.
you-
Go faster.
Then you
okay,
get it, yeah.
next one. It's in shooting. What would it mean if I say, oh my god, you're such a bore?
How do you? Because I'm boring. Or because of circuit breaker. I have absolutely no idea what is being a bore mean.
It's not being a bore. What is a bore?
Bore. That means bore as in wild boar.
No, it's bore. B-O-R-E.
I don't know.
Okay, Shermaine.
The bore sighting. Is it? Bore. Something to do with that.
Yeah.
Ah.
No, it's not. Shermaine, what is a bore?
Actually, what is a ball?
I love that. I love that. See? You pulled it out of nowhere. I have no idea where Duncan
maybe
gets all
Duncan
these
should be a
nonsense.
pentathlete.
Yeah, maybe.
No, I just know the rules.
He will definitely pen a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
pentalon. I'm just penting right now. It is the diameter of a gun barrel.
Ah,
Yeah, so
interesting.
that's the bore.
Oh wow.
Okay, another one. Shooting as well. What is a sighter?
When you're about to shoot, you got to sight first, lah.
Actually, pretty accurate. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's practice shots to adjust your sights. So they occur before matches and they do not count towards the final score. So you just practice shots, just get your bearings right. So that's a sighter.
Wow, my first
Correct?
correct
Yeah.
answer in almost 4
correct.
episodes.
Because before last time it used to be pellets where they actually have to really put in pellets. So before before the race starts, right, they actually give you like 15 minutes to actually sight your gun to make sure that when you aim and shoot, right, it lands right in the bullseye. But then now because it's laser based, so it's I would say it's much simpler in terms of like sighting. So same thing before the competition, before the competition starts, they still give you like 10 to 15 minutes to actually practice your shots. But nobody really sights because sometimes if you actually sight wrongly, your laser might go haywire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would say with pellets, it's much more accurate as compared to laser. Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah,
it's
but
like
it still happens, sighting.
it's like range lah. So you have your day, and then your night you have the laser, right? So it's like correct. It's like doing range, right?
Yeah,
Correct or
true,
not?
true that.
Okay, final one. Okay, it's my favorite one. I always leave the best for last for you. Okay, so this is a fencing term, all right? What do I say, or what do I mean when I say to you, John, take the piss?
Take the piss.
Yeah, you're taking the piss.
Oh, I think this has got to do with part of the weapon. There's a part of the weapon that's called the piston. Is it pistol? No, it's because there's a pistol grip in fencing.
Yeah.
Am I right?
No. So
What?
taking the
For
piss.
crying out loud.
Okay, so it's actually a French term in fencing. It's a French term for the bout's playing surface. It's called the piste. Okay, it's
piste.
also called the strip. But so I was taking the piss on that particular one.
Interesting, very interesting.
Am I right on that one, Shermaine?
It doesn't look like she knows of that one.
I was like, is it PISTE?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because piss is like the metal thing on the floor.
Yeah.
Like the gameplay, as in like the play area for fencing.
Yeah.
I see. Very
So I
interesting.
mean, at the end, you take the piss
Yeah.
after you finish. Right?
And I'm very pissed off right now
Goodness.
for getting that
Oh
wrong.
my god. Okay. So I mean, we when we ask our Team Singapore athletes when we have them on for our spotlight on Team Singapore, the dog hates our jokes, man. John, he absolutely hates it. It's showing why.
I can tell the dog hates our
Shermaine,
jokes.
what are you doing on this show right now? Well, Shermaine, I mean, what has been the highlight? Was winning silver in the most recent competition your highlight so far, or what has been the highlight in your career so far?
Was it the SEA Games or was it something else?
My highlight was actually the World Championships last year in October. That was 2 months before the SEA Games. So for that one, because it was my first major competition, and it was also Singapore's first medal for pentathlon, so it meant so much more to me for that competition. And also because that competition, it was like a surprise thing. Like I went in without expectations because it was more like a stepping stone towards SEA Games to make sure that I don't screw up during SEA Games, especially the shooting part.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was more like to gain exposure. So when I actually won, it was really something else. Like I was speechless in a good way.
Oh, that's great to hear. And what competitions are you looking forward to? Is there competitions
Schedule.
planned for you in the future?
Yeah.
Yes, actually. So next year there will be the World Championships for laser run, which is run and shoot, and then there also will be World Championships for biathlete and triathlete. So biathlete it's run and swim, and triathlete it's run, swim, and shoot.
Oh, fantastic! And we wish
So
you all the best for those competitions, and hopefully you can get back to normal
Thank you.
training very very soon. And
Yes, I
think
hope so too. I really miss the beach and the pool and everything and the friends and yeah.
And you have the only sport in the world where you can actually run and shoot at the same time. I don't think any other sport or just in general anyone would tell you, oh, go ahead, run and shoot.
Well, I mean, bank robbers do that all the time. They shoot and then they run. But other than,
You make very
I
good
mean,
points.
we're talking about legit ones. Not
Army
even.
also. Army had to run and shoot,
Yeah, that's
isn't
true.
it?
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, but jokes aside, I think it's a very you've done an incredible job, and I think I speak for not just the two of us,
Yeah.
but a lot of people in the sporting scene and also and from the rest of Singapore that we're really proud of your achievements.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing Singapore proud.
Thank you.
Yeah, and
Thank you.
definitely looking for better times ahead outside of the current COVID-19 situation.
Yeah, keep the Singapore flag flying high, and we'll hopefully catch you in competition very, very soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, I hope next year.
Hopefully sooner than that,
Thank
but
you.
next year, if not this year, then next year for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so thanks for
Yeah,
joining
thank you
us.
so much for having me and your
problem.
dad jokes as well.
It's an
I don't think
absolute
I've ever
pleasure.
laughed so much during an interview, but yeah, it's a good thing.
An absolute pleasure to bring you on the show and for us to deliver our dad jokes. John?
Yeah, definitely. Well, hopefully more to come.
Hopefully not. All right, so that wraps up our spotlight on Team Singapore on Evenings with John and Duncan. It's been another fun-filled episode, John. Plenty of laughter. I'm loving this right now.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been been having more interesting conversations
Yeah.
and deeper conversations
Yeah.
with our Team Singapore athletes. Of course, now with the circuit breaker also lifting,
Yeah.
hopefully we'll get more interesting bits in with as well with Singapore's top athletes coming to you on our channels.
Yeah, so stay tuned to Get Active TV and One Play Sports, and of course to Evenings with John and Duncan. We will be back on Wednesday for the Wednesday Report, 9 p.m. We will see you then.
See ya.
Okay, so let's do your Flappy Bird and Angry Bird.
Okay, Shermaine, I'm going to make myself angry. Okay, I'm going to do the Angry Bird.
How many times? You should be doing this, not just a few times. Huh?
Keep on doing it.
I think your hands are supposed to go up and down, no?
Like that?
Ah, yes, this is more like the Flappy Bird. The Flappy Angry, or I don't know.
I'm
Yeah.
flying, John, I'm flying.
Looks good, man, looks good, looks good.
Okay. Huh? No, it's okay.
I hope I'm doing it right. Wow, it's damn shit, yeah. How many times? 10 times?
100 times. Good job, John.
Woo.
Okay, one final one.
Welcome to Kickback with Kelly and Barbara. It's the first episode of Kickback.
How are you feeling? Chill.
Chill?
Laid
Chill?
back?
It's 30 minutes now, not an hour, but it's great to be here with you guys on Get Active TV. It will be happening 3 times a week instead of 5 days a week.
That's right. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, you get to hang out with us and 2 guests. So we'll always be bringing people on, making sure you're getting the best and most comical information that we can find to guide you through